I'm Thor, son of Dale, and I'm here at Pensacon 2020. I want to gratefully welcome you to this episode of Thor Talks to Nick Smith. Nick, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you, Thor.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for having a talk with me. Forgot how to speak for a moment. We're just going to hop right in. So how long have you been in the filmmaking industry?
Since 1993, so 27 years.
27 years. So what is your job title or job titles, as I know you do have many hats that you wear, and could you tell us a little bit about what someone with that title might be doing on set or behind the scenes?
Absolutely. So my main job titles are director, producer. So I see my main job as making sure everyone turns up on set, that they do their jobs properly, encouraging people to complete their projects and get things made and finish them.
Awesome. He's the man with the love to make you do exactly what you have in your mind and then do it. So could you tell us a little bit about what drew you to the filmmaking industry?
I was a writer to start with, and I wrote scripts for filmmakers, mainly student filmmakers, and they would change my scripts and they would add things and take things away, and that made me cry. So I started filming my own scripts, telling my own stories. I learned from the best. I trained with the BBC, and I just started real small and got bigger and bigger. Moved from shorts to features to you name it, I do it.
So what would be the largest project that you have done that folks at home may know you from?
I've worked on The Little Vampire, Cold Soldiers, the action movie. I worked on Army Wives. I was in the casting department for that, among other things. Lots of different shows and movies. I've worked on over 100 TV shows and films. But of course, I like my own movies the best. So those are the ones I talk about.
And speaking of your movies, you have how many films do you have in the Pensacon Film Festival this year?
I have one film in the Pensacon Film Festival. It is The Verso Verdict. So that is showing in the science fiction slot. So it's a future story about what would happen if you had to be your own, you had to judge other people instead of a whole judicial system. Each citizen has to judge a criminal and decide whether they live or die. So very short, very tight, but lots of big ideas in there.
I've seen it, and I absolutely love it. If you know me, you know that I like everything out of left field, digging a hole down, and then go further into left field. That's where my mind sits. When did you create The Verso Verdict? How old is that film so far?
So that film's about a year old. It was created for the 100-hour film race, which is a worldwide competition. It won first place. It also won Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor. So it was a big deal. It premiered in Atlanta, Georgia, and we've just been rolling with it ever since.
Yes, it is a very big deal, and again, it's amazing. So one day you will have the opportunity to see it, and you're going to be like, Thor, you were right. I know. Thank you. So pivoting a little away from filmmaking, what would you say is your go-to fandom? What is the genre and or features that you love the most that brought you into the filmmaking industry?
Definitely science fiction, because it has such depth. I mean, you could go to different planets, you could go to the past, to the future. Specifically Doctor Who, I've watched it since I was tiny. It was a family deal, we'd all watch it, and to see it survive for 50 years plus, it's amazing. I've gone from girls saying, I don't want to touch you because you like Doctor Who, to, oh, we like Doctor Who as well. So that's been quite amazing, yeah.
Yes, I've had a much shorter lifespan, allegedly. It's unconfirmed. And so through that, I've seen a huge tick up in just the last, what year are we in? 15 years or so in just absolute fandom. Comic-Con has gone from this tiny little thing in a corner room to literally millions of people flying around the world just to go and buy stuff. So I can concur. What would you say is your favorite part of the con life?
Definitely the costumes. I was talking to a friend earlier and explaining that we talk about acceptance, we talk about being yourself, but here people can actually do it. They can dress how they want. They're not judged, except in the cosplay competition. but you can really just act your dreams, and I think that's wonderful. It is magical to see everybody just be dressing up as their favorite character, or just showing their true selves, like you, Thor.
Gramercy, okay, don't say me for this, but what is your favorite cosplay you've seen so far?
That's tricky. There's a lot of good ones. I can't think of a specific one, but definitely the more imaginative ones. So they're not just copying from a comic book or a cartoon, but they come up with something themselves. So I don't know what the hell it is, but it looks really cool. That kind of
He doesn't know what it is, but he's seen it, and you will too. Speaking of, what is that? What is that from? It's a furry. Just turn around, camera guy, because I have no idea. Folks at home, you're going to yell at me because I don't know what the furry fellow or madam is from, but that's awesome. I don't know what it is. I wouldn't wear that, only because it's very hot in the state of Florida. What kind of community or charity work do you do outside of, your filmmaking and going to cons?
I am on the committee with the Emerald Coast filmmakers, so we do engage the community here and across the Gulf Coast. We try and help filmmakers, especially people just starting out, so they don't make the mistakes that we made as we were coming up. My local art and design society, I'm the president, so I really just try and promote arts, creativity, and giving people something to do, keeping them off the street.
Living on the street is hard. Shout out Tupac for teaching me that. So finally, where can people find you on social media to contact you if they want to start writing a script and have questions? Where can they find you?
The best place to find me is via my YouTube channel, NickSmithFilms, because it shows the variety of what I do and how I kind of built up from filming beauty pageants and high school football games to doing more creative things, short films, features. So I did it, so they can do it.
Wonderful. All right, I want to thank you, Nick, for talking with me today, and I wish you love and success on your journey. And I want to thank you for tuning in to this episode of Thor Talks to Nick Smith. Don't forget to like and subscribe / follow so that you don't miss a journey of Thor's journey across the multiverse. That's not a proper sentence. I'm going to go get some water now. I will see you next time, and I love you. Wow, another great interview completed, and I wanted to add a post-credits plug of gratitude. Thank you again to my guest for speaking with me today. I wish you much success on your journey. And thank you to the Gulf Coast Titans for giving me the opportunity to go to Pensacon and put smiles on everyone's faces. The Gulf Coast Titans are a volunteer cosplay group out of Panama City, Florida, with the sole purpose of spreading love of characters and happiness to all ages. Be sure to like and follow them on Facebook and Instagram so that you can book them for your character needs. Lastly, I would like to thank the folks in charge of Pensacon for giving me the opportunity to speak with such beautiful souls as you have seen here today. Do not forget to follow and like their Facebook and Instagram so that you can stay up to date on Pensacon 2021.